Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to ETS2. In the previous episode, we enabled ProMods and RusMap, along with Foggy Weather and all our other mods. And we did explore from... where did we start? But we went to Livorno, I'm sure. We saw that drawbridge, if I remember correctly. And since then, I have enabled a couple of other mods. You might notice different icons in the map. We have Google Maps navigation working now with ProMods and RusMap. And we have the colored map again in the background to help me identify whenever we cross a border. You know, I'm not the best at geography, so you'll have to bear with me with that. Now, in addition, I did also see a new mod from Rafael. He did remake his Fael Environment Mod. If you guys remember that, that's a quite old mod that we've used for quite some time. But we did have to remove it because of compatibility issues, and sometimes it was making the trees like deformed, jutting out of bridges. So it was a really good mod, but it became phased out. Now he did implement a new version. He remade it, so you can see the trees actually look much more realistic now. And to help compare, actually let me switch windows here just to show you how it looks. So let's have a look at the default first. Let's have a photo here. This is a shot I took from yesterday. That is how the default trees look from Italy, right? In a rest stop somewhere in an Italian highway. And when you enable the mod from Fael Environment Mod 3.0, that makes it look like that. So notice the trees, notice the grass, how much greener, how much more alive that is. Yeah, so I'm going to switch between the two. And you can even see, this is with Fael's Environment Mod, you can see on the right side, you can see the house behind the tree on the right end, upper right end. And if you go with the default, you don't see the house. And that's because with the default, the trees are much fuller. They're like a solid object. And with Fael's Environment Mod, the trees are more transparent. They're more leafy, you know. You see things behind them. So they look much more realistic in that way. Now, the only problem with Fael's Environment Mod is they do require a lot more resources. So you'll have to have a beefy PC in order to make this work properly. Otherwise, it might get a bit laggy for you. For me, I encountered around 10 to 20% increased GPU utilization, so definitely harder on the graphics card. But if your graphics card can handle it, I would highly recommend it. Look at how beautiful those are. Those trees are just wowzers, super realistic, and they even sway with the wind and everything. And of course, because they are leafy now, they're more or less see-through. The shadows also reflect those holes, if I can put it that way. Yeah, so we'll be driving with this mod as long as we can. My only fear though is that we probably will not have too much time with it, because I'm expecting some winter mods to come out soon. By whom? Well, that's a good question. We're not really sure, but I have a feeling a great winter mod will come out very, very soon. So maybe we'll have to park Fael's trees in the meantime. And hopefully I'm pronouncing it right, Fael, because he's Rafael, and the mod's name is Fael Environment Mod. I think it kind of makes sense. This is not the one. It's the other one. Okay, fine. Also, we don't have a job yet, but I am going to a mechanic because I did also I also downloaded Kriechbaum's L6 stock sounds for the new Scania. And believe it or not, it's even better sounding than the V8 ones which we're using right now. So in terms of horsepower, in terms of pure power, raw power, we'll be trading it off, we'll be having a downgrade. But in terms of sound, I think we're in for a treat. I just hope that I enabled it correctly. I might have missed a few mods because I'm playing with multiple profiles, but I have a feeling that this is correct. I think I checked it. Good. CG mug over there. Let's fix the truck. 4K, no biggie. Now, because of that, we won't have a V8 engine anymore. Previously, we had a 580. I think we can switch to a 500, but that will mean we lose the V8 badge over here. If you look, no more badge, no more door even. No, we'll stick to 500, the strongest straight 6 engine, right? We'll keep the retarder, or keep the transmission rather. We will change some of the stuff here. Now, we don't have a V8 anymore, so maybe it's good to have like a different exclusive interior as well. Oh, no, not that one. Not the UK. That one or that one. Yeah, actually the dark one looks better, doesn't it? Yeah, that looks kind of better. What disappeared? Oh, my truck disappeared. Okay, let's just bring it back later. Okay. Now, in terms of the V8 things, we also have to remove the V8 things so that side mirror has a V8 reference. Let's just make it chrome maybe. Or maybe plastic would be better. No, chrome would be better. Let's make this truck pretty chromey. Okay. Now I remember I do have something here in the window. How do you enable that? This one let's change as well. Make it the Mighty Griffin, because that Scania emblem looks nice, but it makes the interior look purple because of its light. This one will have to replace plastic and chrome. Yeah, that's good. Balance the black, the paint, and the chromey bits. That one, paint and chrome. Perfect. It does give a line there, but I think it's fine. Alright, so that one is fixed. No more V8 reference, no more V8 there. We do have a V8 here on side skirt. So we might have to change it to a paint and stock 2. That still says S730 though, and I got a comment that said upgrade the engine to a 730. But there's no, that's a V8. So we'll have to be this one. We'll have to make it plastic. I'm not sure if you guys would like that. It's more accurate, but it's not as flashy. But I will keep it for now. I mean, the difference of the colors I think work anyway. The black, blue, plastic bits, chromey bits, I think they kind of merge well. It's going to be 26k though. Alright. Inside, let's change this one, not V8, just the exclusive. And what I like about this exclusive steering wheel is that you get back the color of the Scania logo. Because if you notice, if you go to V8, you get a black and white logo there with the red stitch. But if you go exclusive, that becomes like a normal stitch but a colored logo. So let's go with that. Let's keep it accurate. Alright. Dash size cell. There we go. It's back. They're back. Perfect. Okay, good. I think we are a-okay. Do we need some curtains? Curtains, anyone? Christmas curtains? No, thank you. Right, let's go and drive. I'm happy with that. Good. Alright. And now let's hear this engine roar. And inside, that kind of sounds nice, doesn't it? I like that. You can also hear that the reverse sound is a bit different than default. And of course we have the real blinker sounds as with the V8. Perfect. Good. Alright, not V8 but more than enough. More than enough for all the jobs that we'll be taking. Speaking of jobs, let's go and look for one. Not really sure what we'll find. Let's go and look for external contracts. Maybe we'll find something. We will be exploring more of Italy. because I do want to explore Italy with Fael's Environment and Foggy Weather. It's a perfect match. Just hope we can find one. Verona, that's going up. Let's go south. Firenze, that's a bit too short. Milano, not really. Wow, as always, the freight market is always toying with me. Always been a troll. Not even a single one going south. This is insane. What the heck? Firenze, Livorno. Oh, nothing. Nada. Alright. Let's see. Napoli. That one looks perfect. It does expire in 29 minutes though. Okay. But that's the best one we have so far. This one looks pretty good as well. Going to Messina. I am good with that. Ancona. Ancona is also nice. It's urgent though. Don't like urgent things. Don't have time to roam around and stuff. Catanzaro. Firenze. Milano. No. Let's take the one to Messina. These are this is 18 tons of motor oil, ADR class 3. Going through the coast there, that might be a good ride. Although that might mean we finish this in 2 episodes. We'll see. We will see. Right? Good. And I did not notice if we are going to make it with the job, or if it's expiring already. So just a heads up, you might encounter some lags here and there, especially in the bushy areas, if you know what I mean, because it is pretty intensive on a graphics card. The trees, the realism has a price, but I think it's going to be well worth it. So far though, I think it's pretty smooth, right? You guys let me know if you encounter some huge problems. But there might be hiccups, but more or less it should be still very much watchable and playable. And I am loving this exclusive interior without the V8 trims. It's a nice change because I've always had that like red trim, which doesn't really fit the... Where are we going? I think it is this one. Doesn't really fit with the truck color we have, but I just go with it anyway. Also, I did enable the animated gates from Shumi. So these ones that we're seeing right now, these are animated gates from the actual Italia DLC. But Shumi also has this mod which adds animated gates to other areas and other cities, other countries. So hopefully we find one of those eventually. For sure in the outside Italy we'll see those. That looks quite nice. Transco. Yeah, I don't have a lot of options. That one looks like the best fit for now. Curtain cider or a curtain cider. Which one do you guys want? Take your pick. It's a very colorful trailer. Oh, there it is. Bouncing all around the place. Okay, good. Let's pick it up. Let's get going. Now let me know if the audio is too loud or too soft, alright? The engine. The blue isn't completely matching, but I think it will do. It's not that bad a fit. And my trailer is the one which did not fit at all. Too busy talking. I've been doing a lot of offline driving, testing out mods, checking out if they work with the profile, and so far they have. Let's lift those legs, check it out, do some checks on the back as you guys recommended. Brake lights are working, tail lights, yeah, those side, what do you call it? Those little lights there look pretty nice. Blinkers, indicators are working, and reverse. Good. Right, everything's set, everything is connected. Let's get going. You know what? Let us increase the volume. It would be a good tribute for Kriechbaum to hear more. Let's make it to hear that idle sound. Beautiful, right? And I know so many errors in the log. That's what happens when you have a fully modded profile. Hear that sound, guys. Hear that sound. Now that just is music to my ears. Beautiful. And of course, before we completely go, let us see what route we will take. Wow, this guy is just taking all the detours around. So the easiest way is to just go through the coast like this. But he said, well, that's too easy. That's too easy. Let's go around entire Italy. So that will be 1 for 20 kilometers. And that's mainly because of the small roads thing that I have enabled. But if I do it like this, if I just hug the coast like that, and maybe I go through Rome. Yeah, we can pass through Rome. Explore a couple of things here. Can I... Let me see. That's going to go all the way around. No. Let's see if we'll discover it there, like that. If we just pass through here. Or if we'll need to really go around like that, maybe. Oh, let's do that. To be sure. Casino. Yeah, you guys taught me how to pronounce this. Let's also discover Casino. And then take the boat in Napoli. Arrive in Palermo and go there. That's going to be 24 hours and 20 minutes. Our time allotted for us is 29 hours. I'm not sure if that will work. That's the thing with small roads. But we'll see. We'll see. Good. Yeah, beautiful trees. Look at that. I actually didn't think it could get any better because when I first played with the Italia DLC, the vegetation looked very good. Like they learned, especially starting from the France DLC, the foliage that they had was pretty much spot on already. I mean, it was so realistic, especially compared with the old trees that they had from 5 years ago from the base map. But I didn't know you could make it even better like this. Now, as I mentioned, it does come with a cost. It's not really performance friendly. So I'm monitoring my CPU, GPU here. My graphics card is really struggling. It's almost getting to full capacity, and previously it was like maybe 70%. Now it's around 80 to 90% depending on the scene. Before it was like 50 to 70. But yeah, it has a cost, but if your graphics card can handle it, why not, right? That's why you get a nice graphics card after all, so you can get better graphics. Makes perfect sense. Good. Roma. It does seem a bit dark for a morning. A very lazy Monday morning. Oh, speeding. Didn't understand why it's 40 here. It's really weird. There you go. So yeah, so when I was skirting the forums yesterday, and I was looking for new mods, looking for news, just seeing what's up with the Truck Sim world, and I found this post from Fael where he said he released a new version, 3.0. At first I thought, yes, this is perfect, because I didn't want to go back to the default, the old maps, the base map from ETS2, like Germany, Netherlands, the old areas, because the scenery just didn't look nice at all. Because I've seen how beautiful France and Italia looks like with the last few DLCs that SES has done. But with Fael, what he did as part of this mod is to replace those old trees with the new textures, with the new models. So it makes much more sense, and it looks more beautiful even with old roads. But initially I didn't expect even the Italy DLC, even the Italian sceneries. Oh, that looks beautiful. Look at that. Wait a minute. Oh, I think we just missed the best photo, because there was the head of the train, the actual loco, and we missed it by a hair. Or maybe we can still make it. Let's see. Pause. Let's have a pause on that, because this looks just beautiful. Look at that. Goodness. That might be a nice thumbnail right there, huh? I do love this. Driving in parallel with a train. Just feels something that feels so good about that. Feels so scenic. You get to drive and you get to see a train in action. Win-win. Let's take a shot like that as well. Okay. Also, the griffin at the back looks like a much better fit, huh? Right? Good. Shoo! Very, very nice. So yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, I thought in the beginning that Fael's mod would only improve the base map, the old areas, because Italy, I was thinking, what could he improve in Italy? It looks so good already with what SES has done. Look at this, just driving along with this train. It's a race, guys. It's official. It's a race. Oh, this is perfect timing. I love it. Oh, come on, faster. Speed up a little. 85. Let's risk being a bit on the speeding end, even at the point of being penalized. Okay, we're going too fast. That's a DB train. Nice. See ya. Nice riding with you. Oh, that was a real pleasure. Beautiful. I didn't know there was a train there. There was a track there even. Nice. Alright, so yes, I thought Italia couldn't get any better, but as you can see, and if you compare the screenshot that I took in the beginning, before and after, you'll see it's like subtle differences. It's not like a totally different look. It just makes the exact trees, the same trees, have more detail in them. And if you have enough hardware, if you have enough power in your hardware, your GPU to be specific, then you can make use of this. Yeah, it is looking very nice. Looking very nice indeed. Now on my end, I'm getting super smooth frame rate so far, but in the recording, I'm not really sure. It might be skipping a bit more. I guess it's prioritizing the game, but hopefully it isn't too slow for you guys. Hopefully it isn't too skippery. If it is, do let me know, and that just means unfortunately we'll have to remove the mod. But yeah, I hope it's not that bad. But this area in particular is very bushy, so this might be a bit laggy. Normally highways are not a thing, right? Highways are not a problem when it comes to lag and stuff, but yeah, with files it might be a bit we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I do love how it looks. And we have another track here. Unfortunately, we don't have a train passing us by. We didn't get that lucky. Let's make sure it don't hit anything. Oh, no more. Okay, fine. Also, what's up? What else is new? Well, special transport DLC. I'm sure everyone is hyped about that. I think they'll be releasing it soon. How soon? Nobody knows. They did say that they will announce when the release date is this week. So this week we should know when it will be released. And if you did see that, Squirrel did stream it. Squirrel did stream and show how that looks. It looks very promising. It looks very unique. It's like a wholly different gameplay in that you don't really contend with the AI cars. You mainly focus on your cargo and your escorts. It's a very interesting way of doing things. It's a nice change of pace. I would say it's a pretty good move and a very welcome addition to the entire gameplay. The only thing though is that it might be a bit repetitive at times, and there are just a few routes in the beginning. So I think that's actually the perfect combination there. That's why they did it that way. So they didn't want you to just go with like special transport on all the jobs. It would be like the best combination to have like normal job, and then when you get to that city with a special transport job, then you take it, and then you go back again and take normal one. So you alternate more or less. That makes it a much better. It doesn't get too monotonous. It's just a nice change of pace, as I mentioned. I think it's going to be the perfect fit. And the best part about it is that the price is very affordable. I think it's around 5 USD, something like that. It's super cheap. Imagining that the content is not just about adding trailers, it's really adding a different level of gameplay, a wholly different gameplay from what you've gotten used to. Having escorts, stopping the traffic, having right of way everywhere, and having specific rules. It's a very different mechanic. And I actually honestly expected it would be a bit more expensive, but SES always surprises us in that way. They're very friendly when it comes to price points. They're not like other companies who just are in it for the money. It seems like their number one priority is customer satisfaction rather than income. At least that's how it appears. That's why it's so good. And that's why the community loves them. We don't feel cheated, We don't feel like we're being harassed for money. It feels like we're always being given a treat. Terni, okay. So yeah, I was mentioning a while ago as well that slow down here, and the engine brake, not bad at all, huh? Good. Perfect. If you noticed what I did there, I just recently discovered this button in the key bindings. It's called Resume Cruise Control or Cruise Control Resume. So it's something that is perfect for the highway when you're going through a toll gate like that. Like you're going at 80 and then you approach a toll gate, then you stop, you remove your cruise control, you turn on your starters, engine brake, and all the stuff like that. And then once you get past the toll gate, of course you want to go to 80 again. Normally you would climb to 80, turn on cruise control, and you're set. Or you would turn on cruise control, up the speed, you're all set. But there's an even easier thing to do if you don't know it yet, if you haven't used it before, which if you're in the same boat as me, which is to map something on that resume cruise control, which will easily just assign the same speed that you were in before you turned it off. So before you reached the toll gate, right, before you turned off the cruise control, what was your speed then, what was it set then, it will just assign the same number when you press resume. And it's perfect for this kind of scenario. It's not for everything, but it does help with those long hauls. Every bit of convenience you can get, you can maximize. I mean, we have a pretty high-tech truck after all. Automatic transmission, retarders, cruise control, adjustable things, GPS. So it feels nice to be able to use that a bit more, not feel it a bit, not make it too manual, so to speak. I think I have to up my wipers. rain seems to be coming stronger and stronger. Phew, very dark night now. So yes, I'm not sure when the special transport DLC will be released, but it does look very interesting. Would like to try it definitely. And navigating through those corners, I'm sure there will be some clumsy trucking moments then. It might be disastrous for the employer, but it's going to be fun. I'm sure about that. Okay, good. Oop. Steering away a bit. So here we go. Let me sample that. I'm at 80, right? 80 cruise control. I turn on the retarder. It automatically turns off the cruise control. Let's do some engine braking. Make sure not to hit that car in front of us, because some of them look a bit confused which lane they'll be going to. Guys, go and decide already. Okay, now they're pretty much decided. Perfect. Slow down a bit. Stick to 30 in this, because there is a speed limit of 30 right inside here, usually. Right now, though, I don't think there is. Okay, good. So I turn off the retarder. Make sure I'm at least 30 kilometers per hour, otherwise cruise control won't work. And I press that key, and I'm back to 80 cruise control. Perfect. Perfect for a lazy driver like me. But yeah, you can imagine the ease of that. I saw in the forums there's even a third-party software for this. A third-party application for adjustable cruise control, which is basically like you're going to assign hotkeys to have different preset cruise control speeds, like 30, 50, 70, 80, and then you assign one button for each. Looks like we'll have to move here. Thank you, GPS. Many roads lead to Rome. Perfect. One down. Many more to go. So we haven't unlocked Rome per se, but I think there is an achievement for going through the different highways going into Rome. There are 4 different entrances in total, and that's what the achievement is for. Alright, so where do we go here? Seems like we just go straight. I'm becoming pretty reliant on my cruise control recently, because when you're in these highways, it does make your foot ache a lot and really tires you out if you're in a very long drive. So every little bit of help is very much welcome. Ah, beautiful. Yeah, so yes, I do miss my mods. Playing in vanilla is all well and good. Oh man. But at the end of the day, I'm still a mod guy. I still like it better with mods in. Because look at this color. I mean, this is foggy weather right here. Slow down a little. There we go. 50 just in time for the city limits. Okay, perfect. We've discovered Roma. Now, truth be told, Rome isn't as majestic as I expected it to be. I mean, when you hear of Rome, you're thinking probably Colosseum, maybe even the Vatican, even though technically it's not really part of Rome. But it's something that you would go to definitely if you go to Rome, especially if you're Catholic. But yeah, none of that really makes an impression of here. I mean, I understand they can't put the Vatican in, they can't put the Colosseum in, probably because of copyright issues, or it's hard to model or something. I don't know why. I don't know which one it is really, but I was expecting it to look a bit more like Rome at the very least. I mean, even if you don't put the landmarks there, you could put in like the, what do you say, Rome has a definite feeling to it. I've been there once for just a few days, 4 days, 5 days. But when you go to Rome, there is a specific feeling that you get, a specific aura. The buildings are like, how do you say, classic, vintage. They have that certain architecture that is very distinct, and I just don't see that there in Rome, where that one we came to. So it looks like Rome is here in this game, but only like the industrial part of it. And I guess it kind of makes sense because we're a truck and all, because we don't really have maybe trucks don't really go to that city area with the actual buildings and the actual like cobblestones or whatever the material is, but that gives that Rome feel. But yeah, in this way it just feels like, okay, it's Rome, but it doesn't feel like Rome. So let's not spend too much time on that. Let us instead go to Napoli. Napoli looks so good. It's one of the best looking towns here, best looking cities in this DLC, I think. And that one I really like. That one I like super. I guess a lot of people would agree with me if you've been driving the DLC, if you've seen the videos and such. It's one of my favorites for sure in this DLC. The question is, how long? Whoa, that's a huge lag. I wonder what got loaded in there. How far do we have to go? Let's see. 839 kilometers. Oh, not too far. Not too far. Maybe when we're down to 600, I'll cut the episode. Start slowing down here a bit. I assume this is 40. Yeah, usually 40. The off ramps are 40 usually, and I'm just using the cruise control because why not? If it can manage, why not? Just adjust the speeds like so. Nice. At least we have much better weather now. Can appreciate more of the scenery. And there you go. Shoo, beautiful, beautiful. Now, doesn't that look realistic? Doesn't look exactly like what you would see if you go to a highway in Italy in a perfectly sunny weather like this. Although granted, right now probably not, with winter and everything. By the way, if anyone's watching from Italy, how is the weather there? I know that technically it can snow, but it doesn't. It rarely does, right? So right now, how is it? There we go. It's a pretty nice trailer. Nordfrost. Speaking of snow, right? How apt. But yeah, it's been a very good ride. Hopefully you guys are enjoying as much as I am. And I might record the episode after this. I mean, the second episode, the succeeding episode right after this one. So I might not be able to read comments yet, but please don't let that stop you. I will read them and reply to them as soon as the video is released, more or less as usual. If you've been in the channel for quite some time, you know that I do like replying to you guys because it's the main experience, you know, the interaction. Aside from sharing the gameplay, sharing the news, sharing all this stuff, it's mainly the interaction. What I learn, what you learn, and we keep ourselves in the loop, entertained and stuff. Look at the GPS. Look at what it's wanting me to do. It wants me to go and exit through here, go past the toll gate, go through the roundabout, and then just make a U-turn. Just turn around and go back to the highway. No way, sirree. No way. I've learned my lesson. I've fallen for that trick for so many times. I kind of know how it looks by now, especially here in Italy. That seems suspicious, that view. This is a very nice highway. Very peaceful. Let's go and do a drive-by. Whew, isn't that scenic? Cinematic shot right there. Cool. So I'll try to review the video later. Try and check if there are any parts which are pretty laggy. Right now I don't think it is laggy, right? Or maybe now it is becoming again. Maybe at this point. You guys let me know in the comments, right? So if you're commenting, just say like give the timestamp and if it's laggy, so I know. Because I would very much like to keep this mod, but I'm not sure if I can. It depends on if you guys are okay with the quality. I mean, in general, I think it works, but there are some people who are very sensitive to the frame rate. So you guys let me know. As much as possible, I don't want to remove it because it looks so good. As I mentioned, look at that, look at those trees. Oh man, it's like you can see each individual leaf in there. You can see through them. They're just not like blocks. And probably SES could have done it this way, but I mean, this is mainly for high-end PCs. I mean, even my PC, which is not totally high-end, but it's not really. It's a bit more on the high end, but not the top. Definitely not. But it's good enough. So even my PC is having a hard time with it. So you can imagine how it would be for other PCs and laptops which are not for specifically for gaming. And SES couldn't do that because they would alienate those people. So they did a very good job of getting the trees right, not too detailed but not bad looking either. So just the right amount of balance between performance and quality. Now this one, Fael's mod, focuses more on quality at the cost of performance. But yeah, if your system can handle it, go ahead. Highly recommended. And if you want to download, as always, all the mods that I use are in the mods list, and the link is in the video description. Sorry I didn't tell that. For if anyone new is watching, go and check out the video description. The mods list is there. There we go. What is this? Oh, mechanic repair shop. Nice. Casino. Okay, we're going to take a little side tour here. Just to unlock that. And this is the type of drive that I want. This is exactly the type of drive I want. You know, all these trees on the side, because this is like a country road setting and we are speeding. That sign was a bit hidden under the shade of the tree. Sneaky, 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 sneaky sign. Lots of trailers in here. Oh, that's actually a pickup point. Nice. Mr. Officer, not doing anything wrong, am I? Yeah, just in time. 70 again. Okay. Yeah, look at this. Look at how beautiful this looks. Man. And the variations of trees are just amazing, aren't they? I'll keep this mod as long as I can. But when the snow mods do come out, and yes, as I mentioned, I have a feeling a snow mod will be coming out soon. Very, very soon, I hope. We will for sure check it out because it's right in the middle of winter by now. I've been seeing a lot of photos from you guys. Thanks for sharing that with me, because as you guys know, I'm from Singapore. No snow here. It's always like this the entire year. and I'm sure a lot of people are envious about that, but at the same time, I'm just a teeny weeny bit envious of those of you guys who have snow, because as much of a hassle as it is, it's something that we don't have here. So it's something that I do want to experience, but maybe only for a day, because I know how much of a hassle it is. Beautiful engine brake sound. You can really hear that struggle. Casino. Have you unlocked it yet? Have you unlocked it already way before? Didn't really notice. Was too busy talking, I guess. Double check with the map. It's impossible that we haven't unlocked. Oh, we have. Okay, good. So maybe we'll stop at Napoli. Yeah. And then we'll continue the ferry ride next episode. Yeah, that might work. There we go. Casino is a very small place, at least in this game, in this map. But you can take a look at the buildings and how it was made. That looks so good. Look at the quality of this one. So many things happening in here, and the foliage, the improved foliage, just even makes the picture even better looking. And as always, foggy weather tint, foggy weather skies, makes everything look so much more realistic. Oh no! Phew! You see that? We're like a few centimeters away from that car. And then you guys notice we have a lot of sports cars flying around here. Lots of rich Italians just plowing away with their sports cars. I do have the TDU mod from, was it Jazzy Cat? I still have it. So that does increase the number of sports cars we have. I think that's the only AI car I have. Okay, let's resume. Make it. Thank you. Okay, good. Nice. I love driving through Italy. And it's just so beautiful, just so scenic. I just love driving through France and Italy, going back and forth. Because anywhere you go, whichever road you take, you'll be in for a treat for sure. For sure. Do we need fuel? We're halfway there. I almost sang. Oh. Going a bit too fast there. Is that bus again? Is that the bus we encountered a while ago? Also on a roundabout? It seems to be following us. There we go again. That's a very unique looking tree. I think it's like the only one of its kind over here in this place. Seems to just like jutting out. Although we do have some tropical trees in here. Yeah, those coconut trees or yeah, I was really surprised how Fael was able to make and modify these trees from Italia. I mean, the DLC just came out and he changed them all already, improved them a lot. I'm not sure how he did it. I'm not sure if some of these trees just came from the France DLC and he was working on that for a long time, or if he really worked on everything after the Italia DLC came out. I mean, that's a huge amount of work, I can imagine. Although I have no clue how it works, how the foliage thing works. I'm not even sure if that's just a texture or like a 3D model in itself. I have no clue. But if you guys do, let me know in the comments, right? It would be interesting to know the work process behind that, changing the foliage. Oh man, it's so hard to pronounce. Let's not try and pronounce it. Let's just enjoy how it looks, right? Good. Oh, car incoming. Let's go after this one. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No! Oh no! 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 They kind of snagged the guy a bit. I noticed that the cars here in this highways, these Italian highways, they barely want to stop. Like, they would not stop as much as possible. They would not slow down at all for you unless they're going to be hit. Sometimes they do get hit, but it's kind of hard to merge that way because they're so small from the side mirror like that. 1 second, and then just 1 second, 1 to 2 seconds later, they're like right behind you. They drive so fast, which I guess is pretty accurate for Italian driving, huh? Based on what I heard. My Italian boss is telling stories about that. I think I told you about it before, but he was 60. Okay, 60. Let's keep it 60 then. But he was driving before. So my boss is Italian, and we met in Germany. We met in the Frankfurt area, and he rented a car. And he was so, like, in terms of license, I think you can drive easily across the EU countries, right? Don't need a separate license. But in terms of the roads and the rules and the discipline, it's very different. Very different from how Italians drive versus how Germans drive. And he was really like, why is it like this? Why is it like this? Why are you guys so slow? Why are you guys so nice? Why are you guys so... Why do you give way? And things like that. So it's a very interesting comparison. Like, for example, you go, oh, look at the sky. The sky is changing. Sunset time, guys. Foggy weather, sunset. Can't beat that. Cannot beat that. Beautiful. Up, 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 up. Wow. You guys hear that? It's not one of those Lamborghinis from the DLC. New from here. He was just like, are you sure? Anyway, so yes. For example, someone is coming off from the ramp, trying to merge into the highway. What Germans normally do is and if you're on the highway already and you see someone trying to merge in, how Germans typically do it is they... Wait a minute. I think I have to discover something here. Is that a question mark for real? Okay, let's go through there and loop around. Okay, I'm good with that. So how they would do it is they would actually go to the left lane so that the one trying to merge in is not put in a position, so he has enough space so he can merge in. And it's a very cautious way of doing it, right? It's a very sensible way. I mean, if no one is in the left lane, then might as well take it so that the one merging in can take your current lane. Makes a lot of sense. Why am I getting all these stutters? Weird. And yes, that's how they do it. But in Italy, my boss said, no one does that. I mean, if you're merging in, you merge in. It's your problem, not mine. If I'm on the right lane, I wouldn't need to adjust myself for you. You adjust to me. And it kind of makes sense in that way. I mean, it does make a bit of sense, right? I mean, you're on your lane, you have right of way, so no need to really adjust. But if you think of it in a terms of being a nice human being, being accommodating and being adjustable, or yeah, it would be nice to have something like that give way for you. Whoa. Okay. Didn't expect that. Yeah, it's a very nice distinction, and they have a whole other set of distinctions. But yeah, that's just one of them. But in general, yes, the rules are not as strictly followed in Italy, and that, I guess, explains the thing we saw with the cars not wanting to stop at all as much as possible, not giving way. So it's pretty consistent, it's pretty realistic, I would say. Napoli discovered, Volvo unlocked. Win-win. 50 here all throughout. Straight road like this, lots of different industrial areas, lots of distribution centers on this side, on both sides actually. Very nice, very busy city, so many cars. And now we can speed up a little. Oh, not. That's weird. Not really. Because I saw the Napoli sign, the leaving Napoli sign. So I was expecting the speed limit would be around back to 70. But not in this particular scenario. I'm not sure if that's a bug or if that's really how it is. Normally that's implied, right? When you leave the city limits, then that means you can go faster. You don't have to stick to 50. Not in this case. It's very strange. And then we're entering Napoli again. Yeah, so this is where we would go to 50 again. That's what I was expecting. And now it goes 70. Now that's weird. Okay, but fine by me if you say so. Like, you entered Napoli but speed limit went up. Okay. Oh, I know this. We've driven through this in the vanilla areas. Yeah, that elevated U-turn. It's quite interesting. Quite a scenic spot. The only thing I hate about sunset is that after sunset it's going to be pretty dark. Which makes a lot of sense, right? But I mean, I'm not looking forward to when it's fully night. Although I think we might have more or less the right timing, because if we sleep, no, we don't sleep, but we ride the ferry around this time, maybe when we get out it's daytime again. Maybe not though, maybe not. We'll see. 14 hours left, 551 kilometers. That includes the ferry ride though, so maybe we can make it. This looks like a very traffic prone area. Single lane like this, and then you're merging a U-turn with that one, and then having a branch out like this. That doesn't seem like a very smart move. Ika, what? That hasn't been changed yet. Should be IKEA already with the ProMods company pack. Maybe they'll change it during the next version. Remove all the Ika references. Okay. Nice. Beautiful. Well, I've been enjoying this ride so far. Actually, yeah, because anywhere you go in Italy is a sure win. Of course, some of them are better than others, but you wouldn't be disappointed regardless of which route you take. It's going to be always super pleasurable. Now we should be entering the nice area in Napoli. Napoli city center. There we go. Indicated by the target looking icon. I think that's what centro means. And the Caso told me that it's not pronounced as centro. How do you say centro? Is it centro? Or did I remember that wrong? Okay. That pop-up should not be there anymore. I think I have to post that in the forums as a wish list or bug fix. No, it's probably not a bug, but they forgot to remove that. Because remember a few updates ago, this is a very narrow road. Oh man, it's like a sneaky secret road. Okay, I think we fit. A few updates ago, they changed how the retarders work. That when you step on the accelerator, the retarder automatically turns off, which is how it should work, which is perfect. But they didn't remove the pop-up. So when you're starting from 0 and you step on the gas, that pop-up still appears even though the retarder automatically turns off anyway. So it's a bit conflicting. Like, why would you warn me that the retarder is off when the retarder is on when it turns off anyway? So yeah, it's a bit of a hassle, and you can't just keep your retarder at a certain level, which is how I would prefer it ideally. Anyway, minor details, nothing game breaking, just something that could be further improved. I like this roundabout below the highway. Not sure if you can drive through there though. That road above us, and this looks pretty nice. Oh, that's a train. Nice. Do we go here? No, we go here. Not in centro. Is it really centro or centro? Probably centro. But I remember Caso said something like it's pronounced same as chemical. So is it centro? I don't know. Caso, help me out again. But this is the beauty of Napoli. This is it, exactly. And we are speeding. There you go. That is it. Look at that, guys. It's beautiful in the sunset, right? You know what? Let's take a photo. It would be a waste not to. Photo time. Transco.eu. Look at that view. Shoo. Of course, we remove the blur. And we do not want that too wide. But the layers of buildings in that view, just awesome. Truly magnificent. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll definitely take that. Nice. And on the left you have the port, which is where we'll be riding. Somewhere there. There we go. Phew, look at those houses. The buildings stacked on top of each other. Just climbing through that hill. Nice. Now what's the discoverable here? Do we have to go through it? Let's go through this way just to make sure that we unlock that thing. There we go. And we drive through this beautiful road. Some gate opened. Nice, right? Oh, there's even a tram there. Cool. Now this is a city, right? I was expecting Rome to be something like this. Wonder why not. I mean, it should be busy even if you can't put the landmarks in there. And if you have that achievement like the many roads lead to Rome, I would have expected if many roads lead to it, then it should be like a massive city. Good. So we ride here. and then we continue in the next episode and finish this journey, right? See how that works. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed. You see, still have those black spots floating. That's been reported already, but haven't seen if SCS has replied. Have those floating black icons on the roadie in this place. I think those are markers, internal markers that weren't deleted at the last minute. There we go. Nice. Alright, let's see how it looks on the other side. Palermo. I didn't know that. You see the islands there on the left side? Like it's split between Italy and France. It's not drivable though. There we go. What time is it? It is 6 a.m. Perfect timing. Alright, we avoided the night time. That's nice. But yes, let's leave it here. Let's make it a cliffhanger. Why do I hear flies? I need to take a bath or something? Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I'll continue recording. I'll post it probably the next day, so we can finish the journey quite quick. But yes, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. Let me know what you think. Let me know about the lag, if it's fine, how it looks, and everything else, right? And I thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button if you did like it, and enjoy and comment and share. That really helps a lot. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next one. Clumsy trucking, and bye-bye.